cried so many nights. Oh, I cried so many hours. Channel. In today's video, I want to talk about things that I think international students should consider before coming to Germany, using my experience in Munich as the yardstick now. Share the explanatory points, basically. So, let's just get right into the Number one. Housing. So, I don't know if you must have heard about how in Germany, housing situation can be a lot. It's so hard to find housing. And this one, it really did me, like, it's doing me so deep because, like, this is my current situation in Germany. And basically, how it's so hard to find a housing, like an accommodation. And you're just asking for a room. Like, you're not asking for a whole house. Like, if you're even asking for a whole house, of course, they have to do a lot more documentation. But you're asking for a room for someone that, you know, just a place to call your space. So, unfortunately, I have to leave this current accommodation that I'm in because of some personal reasons, and my lease will be up at the end of the month. So I have to move. I had to start finding or looking for another place. So I have been searching for housing, like for accommodation, for the past 3 months now. Yes. Okay, 2 months. 3 months still. And like in the course of this, like looking for accommodation, I've gotten 2 yeses out of the 1 million applications I've sent out. I realized that in this housing search or house hunting, you know, situation, many people are looking for certain things in their household, maybe certain personalities and certain persons. And for me, it's like I'm an introvert, and I feel like initially when I get to a place, I'm usually very quiet until I, you know, familiarize myself with the people in the area before I, like, you know, show who I really am. So I'm always like authentic and trying to let people know who I really am. So that was like initially my energy at the first time of, like, you know, finding an accommodation in Germany, bruh. So at the time, I still had like some months left in my, you know, my lease. That okay, don't worry, I'll just like find a place and everything. Guys, the rejection was a joke. Sorry, we have to tell you, we chose somebody else. Sorry. I'm like, bruh, see, guys. I cried so many nights. Oh, I cried so many hours. Just make it right. Okay, it's meant to be I tried, but I said I cried. Anyway, I cried so many days just because of this housing situation, and it was so painful having to hear, sorry, we cannot give you this house, this and that. So honestly, I know that one thing you should try and sort out as much as possible before coming to Germany, Munich especially, because here Munich is one of the most expensive cities in Germany, if not the most expensive, and the housing market is not even your mate. So there are different places you can find housing in Germany, and I'll list some of them in the video. But one thing I would say is to join, if you know you're coming to Munich, maybe you've applied for admission or you've not gotten admission, you've gotten admission or you're waiting for your visa, please go and join the Studentenwerk's waiting list. Studentenwerk is the Student Hostel Accommodation Council or Union that literally manages the student hostels in Munich. It's definitely a lot more cheaper than private housing, and it's a lot more subsidized. There are different types. If you're lucky enough, you could find a private apartment, or you could find a shared space with two people, three people, seven people or more. That's how I went. I was like privileged enough to, go into a housing with, I think, a person housing or household. Hey, what I saw, it was no, it's like a lot. So if you can find, if you know someone in Germany that can even help you go and make go for some house viewings, and if you're really serious about securing a space, making a down payment, my dear, do it. But me, I just feel like that's money being wasted. But then in this place, you can also sublet an apartment, a room for some months, some weeks, depending on maybe if you're available or you're not available. So that's one thing I'll say. Please sort out your accommodation as soon as possible, because I feel like once you have accommodation, you can sort out every other thing. Imagine having a job and having school but no accommodation, so nowhere to come back home to, and you're going to work. Like, you just be very disorganized. And honestly, that was actually my situation. But thankfully, God did it. God gave me a new space, and I'm super, super grateful. So yeah, and maybe we'll do a new space video vlog, maybe when I'm moving into my new space. So yeah, on to the next one. I would say apply for your residence permit as soon as possible. So coming into Germany, I mentioned in like a video about how I got my work permit and how it's very necessary for you to get a work permit for you to work in Germany. But getting a residence card is not only, not just that you're able to work in Germany, it allows you to travel freely within the EU, the Schengen areas, and also outside and come back, into the country hassle-free. So I know sometimes many people have the visa period of 3 to 6 months, and like they're always like hurriedly apply for their residence permits, while some people that have longer years, like longer months, could want to take their time. But I think it's actually very advisable for you to apply for your residence permit as soon as possible. Your residence card is so important, because like there was one really strange story that I heard about a friend of someone who got a visa for 1 year, but because he felt like it was 1 year validity, he did not apply for his visa within his residence card. Why did I keep saying visa? His residence card. He didn't apply for his residence card within 3 months, and he actually traveled outside I think Germany. And unfortunately for him, as he was trying to come back into the country, he was apprehended by immigration, and they said he did not have the right to enter the country. So even though his visa was still valid, and I was just like wondering, because that my visa is also like is valid for about a year, and I was just really eager to do my residence permit, although I didn't really know about the information about getting your residence permit done within the 3 months of being in Germany. So it just was really strange to me, and so many people were giving him so many advices, but I don't know what eventually happened in the situation. So yes, so as soon as you get into Germany, please apply for your residence permit as soon as possible. Because another thing is that sometimes people will tell you, oh, the citizen's office may not really respond to you if your visa is still valid. And I actually got that information as well. But I think you should actually apply for it, because to prevent this kind of situation. And me, I also thought that they were not going to respond to me, knowing that I had such long validity, but they were still able to respond to me, and I'm still waiting, like in the waiting period of receiving my card. But I've done my interview and all that. So yes, ensure you apply for your residence permit, which already, once you do your interview, they also give you a work permit, so you can be working before your residence card comes out. 3. So the German language, of course, is very important in Germany. And if you are interested in taking up some classes with yeah, taking up some classes in general. Some schools already offer free German classes, or even if it's not free, as a subsidized rate for students, because they want to help with your integration process. For me, I was not able to get into during this current semester, which is my first semester, and that's because of, I think the class was filled up. So I'm going to try in the summer semester to see maybe if I could get into one, because yeah, other things are taking my time, school and just settling down in general. And yeah, so if you can learn the German language before coming, it's going to make your life a lot more easy. And yeah, going forward, it makes you improve yourself and just integrate better than some other people like myself. For coming into Germany, of course, it's so important for you to find a job. That's if you want, if you need some form of sustenance apart from your blocked account or your sponsorship, you need some like a job. Yes, you should be able to tailor your CV according to the European CV, what do you call it, templates. And I know many people would really talk about CV is this, CV that, but it's very important for you to be able to tailor your CV according to what it is in a new country, because it enables you, get the attention of recruiters faster and easier. So I have this plug who actually was the one that did my CV for me, and actually I've been applying. I had actually been applying since I came, but I kept getting a lot of rejections. The moment this person did my CV, in a week I had an interview. I had 3 interviews in one day, and I was really, really amazed to see that I actually bagged all offers. I got all offers for the 3 jobs. And imagine being in a position where you have to choose between what job to pick. That was not my problem. A good problem, I would say. But yeah, I'm just saying that this plug of mine really knows how to do CVs for the Europeans, German template. It was really good. Even me, when I saw the CV, when the CV came back to me, I knew that, oh, more. What have I been giving since? I knew why they had been rejecting me, because there are certain keywords that need to be in your CV if you want to actually scale through here. So if you're actually interested in my plug, you can always reach me on Instagram or comment below, and of course I can always hook you up. The last thing I'm going to say is give yourself grace. I feel like sometimes we glorify abroad so much that I hear comments like, oh, when you're abroad, they don't pray for the same things that we pray for back home in Nigeria. And the truth is that yes, but that doesn't mean that your prayer requests do not change. So coming abroad doesn't mean that you don't have any prayer requests anymore. It's just that your prayer requests, begins to change, and you want to improve yourself. You want to do better for yourself. So please give yourself grace. Give yourself, sometimes so many things will look like they're not working out, but that's why you need to carry Jesus on your head like this. You carry Jesus. Do not see the way I am at this point in my life. The way I'm holding Jesus like this, if he just decides to move, that comment, they say, if Jesus decides to move, his church fits here. Now they carry Jesus for my head, because what? See, forget. So basically, just give yourself grace. Sometimes it will look like things are so hard. You will be like, I beg, I'm going back home. But always remember, now who give up, fuck up. So you can't give up. You shouldn't give up. And even when it seems like you are in a dark space, know that God is working out things for you. Don't give up. Whichever country that you find yourself, Germany, US, UK, Canada, anywhere in the European space, and it just looks like it's being hard. See, no matter how you're feeling about, the abroad journey, just remember that the word of God says that do not be frightened, do not be dismayed, because your Lord, your God, is with you wherever you go. So please carry Jesus on your chest, carry Jesus wherever you go. because he's with you wherever you go. So never feel downcast, never feel dismayed. And of course, if you're feeling overwhelmed, reach out to family, reach out to friends, and you can also make friends here in Germany, and just be able to network and connect. It's not just because of maybe information you want to get, but of course, being with, like, getting to know people more in Germany gives you a lot more information that I'm even giving you right now. But I'm just here to ensure that your mentals are stable. There's no form of depression. You may be sad for one night in the night, but joy comes in the morning. So give yourself grace, breathe, and I'm rooting for you. So yes, thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in my next video.